Let's finish here at the Montgomery Waters Meadow. Shrewsbury Town 0, Burton Albion 0. Absolutely sweltering. I'm here with Shropshire Star, Shrewsbury Town reporter, Mr. Lewis Cox, and it is for the final time. Lewis Cox, very emotional.
Yes, not on my part. Now, before upsetting the Town fans.
When I came in today, I said, "Come on, one last performance for me." They gave us 0-0 last week, and they've given us 0-0 again.
Perhaps you're the reason. And when you go off into your new career in a couple of weeks, the goals will start flying.
That's it. That's going to happen.
Who knows?
Right, talk us through it.
Not a lot to say, really.
Just say that.
Obviously, this time last week we were dissecting a 0-0 here against Rochdale. I think it was a better game last week.
Yeah.
Not that I think Town sort of digressed or anything, or have got worse since then. I think it was a more open spectacle last week with more chances. Obviously, had the drama at the end with Rochdale having the goal chalked off, but not a lot today. I think conditions played a massive part. It's
breaks
half
and a
six.
lot.
Well, it's 6:30 here now, and it's still 30 degrees. It's a joke. It's absolutely.
This is the
melting.
first time I've been up there in the press box and not had to wear a jumper.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not. Both managers said it played a part. I'm not trying to find excuses for Town here. I'm just saying it's a factor. Dave Edwards, actually, we interviewed him, said it's one of the worst he's ever felt on a pitch in the first half.
Really?
With how it was out there.
Okay.
Yeah. It was not the best spectacle.
No.
I think this Town side, we all know, are looking really solid at the back, really difficult to score against, hard to play against, hard to create chances against. Really, I think they've been more solid than they were today, but still solid enough today not to ship a goal. So, but we know they're the same problems at the other end. You know, it's they've not conceded a goal here in the league. That's 3 clean sheets from 3 games. On the flip side, they've only scored the one, and it was the Ryan Giles wonder goal. So, yeah, real teething problems going forward.
You've just stolen my question.
Sorry.
So no. The main point is obviously the lack of goals. I've been out there, spoke to the fans about it, gauged their opinion. Yeah. Obviously, there's 3 at Accrington the other night, but on the whole, this season, not many.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to say the same things as last week. Is it the final pass? Is it not having the right man? Are they playing the wrong 2 up front? Do they need someone in the transfer window? What do you think?
You've brought up some good points there, actually. I think it is the final pass, the final moment.
Yeah.
But it's also the shape they're playing and getting used to that, getting used to the positions they should be in and who should be where when the cross or whatever's coming in, who should be making those runs from midfield and when. The quality as well, and the people coming in. There's just over a week of the window left, and they're trying to get attackers in still, or at least one, so that could make a big difference. And look, the team's certainly the midfield is injury ravaged, so I think in a couple of weeks, the 11 will look much changed. You'll be gone by then, so you won't have to see it, but no, the 11 will look different. I think with players coming back. Sean Goss was missing today, new midfielder who's done really well. He's injured. It's one of those. Josh Loren returned, showed glimpses.
That's it. Obviously, Loren returned. We saw Brad Walker.
Yeah, he
in the
played.
midfield. How do you think they fared on the?
Loren did well. You could tell he was tired. He cramped up at the end, but he showed the flashes of what he's got. That's a bit different to the rest of this team. Dave Edwards should have won it today. We've been speaking to him just there, and he'll sort of be replaying that second half chance over and over. To be honest, the clearest chance Town had, and they didn't have many, if any others. I can only think of Burton heading a corner wide.
Yeah.
Lucas Akins, I can't think of anything. It was a real game of attrition. There weren't many chances at all. It was not free flowing in any way. Like I say, conditions have to play a part in that. But I think Town fans are right, to feel concerned by the lack of productivity going forward. I think ironic, really, that there were about 6 hours of football without a goal before those 3 at the end of Accrington, which almost came out of nowhere. Started by the own goal at Aki, which probably helped them, but then obviously the 2 lads, Faye and Udo, that came from the bench at Accrington scored, and we wondered if Faye or Udo or one or both was going to start today over Morrison or Worley, and they didn't. I mean, Udo I don't think is quite ready from the off. Sam Ricketts has said. Certainly Okenabiri thought he might get a sniff over a Morrison or over a Worley, but it was the same 2 up top. Didn't really happen for Morrison again, did it? I thought some fans wanted to see a change, and I think the manager actually praised Okenabiri. He says that's one of the best performances he's seen from the front man. So good signs there. And I think Okenabiri was busy when he came on. I think Udo was as well. I think they're real options, and I think some of the manager will really have to think about how he can improve what Morrison's doing within the side. But this system, some people don't mind it, some people don't like it at all. I mean, I think at times it seems one-dimensional regards Ryan Giles down the left. You said it in the game.
Using him a lot.
Town are looking to use him a lot. I think he's so attack-minded compared to a Donald Glover. I think he's very solid on the right. Looking to use him, and he's not going to beat his man every time, and he struggles at times. And then through the midfield today, I can't expect too much from Loren immediately, and Dave Edwards, he had that chance but didn't give too much else today. I thought teething problems, I think.
Overall. So next week it's a trip to Ipswich Town, who I think are top of the league after their thrashing of Bolton Wanderers. Everyone seems to be thrashing them now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
A tough game.
Really tough, yeah.
How early impressions, quite a few league games have taken place now. Where do you see this side going? How do you think they're going to fare at Portman Road, and then sort of in the long run as well, based on what you've seen?
Yeah, I'll give my opinion in a sec, but what Sam Ricketts come out and said then is that we're getting there. The work in progress is getting there, he feels, and he's very confident that while Town are fine-tuning and sorting themselves out further up the pitch, they're keeping clean sheets and getting points, which you can't argue with that, really. As long as we see that there's progression and improvement being made.
There's foundations there to be worked on,
exactly. Good foundations in terms of keeping clean sheets and only conceding zeros and ones, and you get a chance at least a point. And it's very encouraging basis to build from, but we need to start seeing more in forward areas. Now they go to Ipswich next week, and we don't expect them to win that game or score there necessarily, a 0-0 there. While it be another stalemate in front of goal would be a good point, because they're obviously a strong side at the top. So, and it's a game that might suit Town, this defensive, I say defensive minded, but very good defensive side that are clearly better at the back at the moment than going forward. Now, it's quite evident, and Ricketts has said that we're looking in the week now in training to work on things going forward. So it is being worked on, and it's difficult for onlookers like myself and as fans to actually pinpoint what the exact thing is that isn't working, whether it is the personnel in Morrison not quite having it his way yet, fitting in the style, or whether Ricketts isn't going to change the system. So it's almost moot talking about what formation we'd like to see, because yes, Worley's a winger, but he's the only one at the club, and they're not going to play that style. So you've got to get used to that. The players are going to have to get used to it, and players still to come in. Players coming back from injury. I think there's a lot to be encouraged about looking down the line, and you've got to take some solace from not conceding. Yeah. I think we've seen enough. That they shouldn't slip down the standings into trouble, because I don't think they're going to concede enough. It's just home fans here. They want to be and away fans. They want to be a bit more entertained, don't they? No lack of drama at Accrington, but 2 games here now.
A bit dull.
They just need livening up a bit, and hopefully that's to come. Touch wood. You won't see them, but
no.
I'll have to keep you updated. I just feel like at the Meadow, Rich seeing a goal, missing you.
Big news. Okay, well, that's the final time. That's a wrap from the Meadow. It's finished here. Shrewsbury 0, Burton Albion 0. For all the post-match reaction to this one, please log on to shropshirestart.com.